have to go through this kind of political theater because, listen, we all know what it is. That's why they hired everybody from Fox News, because all they trying to do is put on for a show. This is not the Apprentice show. This is supposed to be about the American people, and I want us to start to refocus our attention on the American people and stop demonizing every daggone person that ends up in custody of ICE, because they are not necessarily demons just because ICE decided to round them up. So thank you for your testimony. Because you've been gracious. Is this: when I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy.
Jasmine Crockett is an idiot. She's got that wig weave in her head and those barn door eyelashes that make me think she's going to play helicopter if she flaps too rapidly and start moving up in the air a little bit. And frankly, the woman has no common sense. Jasmine Crockett is an idiot.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, you just can't make this up. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. The ghetto queen of Congress. The circus continues, and she's finna get completely shut up, humiliated once again. I don't even know why she even opens up her mouth. I don't know why she opens up her mouth, especially about immigration, due process. I mean, even when as far as saying members of Congress are not thugs and criminals, you know, and then talks about being a Christian and in God's name, and you know how they use God's name for everything. You know, they're scam talking points. These people are frauds, man. Complete frauds. And they ought to be walked out in handcuffs. You know, oh, we're now for the people. We are going to focus on the American people now. We understand what the problem is. Us Democrats are understanding. No, you don't. And this is why people are walking away in droves. Y'all keep playing these clips of this lady. Keep sending her out on live on television. Keep sending her out. It's only getting worse for Democrats. It's only getting worse. You know? A disgrace, man. People on both sides as well. People laughing and going to the bank. I want people arrested, held accountable. You know? I done left this man a complete mess. White House hijacked. The biggest scandal there is just scandals and shams everywhere. Fraud everywhere. Corruption everywhere. Unbelievable, man. But it's actually she shouldn't even open her mouth when it comes to immigration due process. They shouldn't, after what we've seen take place in this country, they shouldn't even open their mouth about it. Incompetent, beautiful souls that should still be here. Where is their due process? Y'all love gang member criminals so much. I wish y'all actually, as much as you love the gang member criminals and murders and rapers, we wish y'all actually cared about. Y'all put that much love into the American people. This much about actual Americans. I'm just being real, man. I wish they cared this much about actual Americans. Due process, you know.
Out of control. You're talking about arresting members of Congress? These masked agents are running.
Yeah, I think they ought to just walk in there and say, hey, everybody, put your hands behind your back. That's what I ought to think happened. Yeah. Congress, a criminal organization. Yeah, just walk people out. Walk that lady out that's married to her brother, loved on her brother. Yeah. Walk that lady out. Walk that bartender out. Yeah. Walk that other fella out that been, he back there, sniffing cocaine with them trans women, trans men. That one fella, yeah, walk here, just walk, start walking people out. I shouldn't have said that, huh? I shouldn't have said that, y'all. I'm sorry, family. They say, Rick, sir, it's almost Friday, sir. Rick, sir, it's almost Friday, sir. Let me calm down. They're gonna have to give Rick some Tylenol, aspirin, maybe some. Give Rick some Pepto-Bismol. He might be a little constipated today. Yes, indeed.
Running around acting this way, this is not okay. This shouldn't be about politics. We all should be on the same side saying we will not stand for this type of activity. But instead, they want to pretend like it's members of Congress that are the thugs. It's members of Congress that are the ones that are stoking this kind of violence. Let me tell you what those members of Congress were doing. They were trying to make sure that there would not be another mother that would lose her life in ICE custody as it was Mother's Day weekend.
Now, I seen them assaulting officers, that other big greasy heifer. Yeah, put her hands all on the officer. Yeah, somebody got to go to jail. Somebody got to be arrested, ma'am. Somebody got to be arrested. We wish y'all cared this much for actual Americans, the way y'all put up this fight and defend this nonsense and defend your illegal criminal gang member criminals. We wish y'all cared this much for American citizens, ma'am. My bad, y'all. Let me go back.
Congress that are the ones that are stoking this kind of violence. Let me tell you what those members of Congress were doing. They were trying to make sure that there would not be another mother that would lose her life in ICE custody as it was Mother's Day weekend. They decided that they just wanted to make sure that people were safe because that is who we are supposed to be in this country. And honestly, for anybody that considers themselves to be a Christian, they should care about treating people in a humane way. And they should also care about due process. Everyone in this country under our Constitution is due process. With that, I will yield.
Ranking member.
You see how they do being a Christian and all the religion and how they trans. These are why they are frauds, man. Y'all see how they do it? But you see how they do God's name? They didn't turn God's name into a money laundering, a fraudulent scheme. So I mean, it ain't nothing new. It's a disgrace what is happening in this country, man. We should treat people how they want to be, and then they come out with and look at their incompetence. Look at their policy. Beautiful souls that should still be here. Where's the safety, the vetting then, ma'am? But it's wide open. Wide open, a complete invasion. Due process. Where's the American people? Where's the American citizens due process? Them big old glasses on. She think with them big old reading glasses on, she proving a point.
Member yields back. With that, I'll now recognize the chairman of the full committee, the whole committee, Chairman Jim Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's be clear. Republicans have been consistent.
All right,
We've
Jim.
condemned violence every time it happened, whether it was last week in New Jersey, whether it was January 6th, whether it was the summer of 2020. Every single time we said if there's violence, it's wrong. Been nice if the other side had done the same thing. Summer 2020, holy cow. Police being attacked all over the place. What are they doing? Raising money to bail out the bad guys while they're talking about defunding the police. So don't give me this that somehow we're being inconsistent. We have condemned it every single time. 4 years and 4 months ago today, January 20th, 2021, Joe Biden made 3 decisions that created this mess in our country that we've had to deal with.
Man.
He said, we're no longer going to build a wall. We're no longer going to have Remain in Mexico. And when you get here, you will not be detained. You will be released. Guess what? Everybody came. Go figure. 8 million people came into the country. 6 million people were released. Thank goodness for President Trump and his administration. Elected on this issue. And already his administration has deported over 135,000 criminal illegal aliens. CFPB and Coast Guard have seized 232,000 pounds of drugs at our southern border, and the FBI has arrested suspected MS-13 gang members, including high-ranking members in New York and Virginia. That's what enforcing our immigration laws looks like. That's what the president campaigned on, and he's doing exactly what he said. And it all happened without any help from the other side. Rather than seeking to protect the people they represent, they're fighting for criminal illegal aliens to stay in this country. Now think about this too. First, it was sanctuary cities, local officials saying, we're not going to help ICE enforce federal law. Even when they get a detainer, they let them out of the jail when they're trying to come apprehend them. People have been in there. We had the situation in Denver where the illegal alien was in for auto theft, charged with auto theft, aggravated assault, and they said, we're not going to release him to ICE. ICE had sent a detainer saying, give us 48 hours, heads up. They gave him 40 minutes. They had to arrest the guy in the parking lot, and an ICE agent gets injured. They had to tase. It was bad for the migrant, bad for the law enforcement, endangers the public. But that's what left-wing policies do. Sanctuary cities, then it was sanctuary states, whole states, sanctuary states, and saying, we're not going to work with federal law enforcement. Then it was judges letting the bad guy out the back door while the good guys are coming in the front door to arrest him. And now we find out it could even be members of Congress.
Yeah.
That's what we saw at Delaney Hall a couple weeks ago. It wasn't congressional oversight. ICE has an important job to do, and God bless the men and women who serve in ICE. We got a tough job. I know we got some here been there. They got a hard job, and agitators who obstruct them from doing that part of their job are part of the problem. So I'm going to thank our witnesses for being here today. I want to thank the chairman for his good work on this subcommittee and on this issue in particular.
But I'm a Christian, and we should, you know, care. You know, we're trying to do the right thing. You know, scam. Just shut this lady up. You know, good take from Jim Jordan, man. Because these Democrats are a disgrace, especially this woman here on the screen. An absolute disgrace. You know, I'm a Christian. Due process. We should treat everybody like we should be treated. Much as y'all care for the criminals, the gang members, the murderers, the rapists, we wish y'all actually cared this much about the American people. We the people. American citizens. Big old reading glasses on. You know. They ought to walk out in handcuffs. But hey, let me know what y'all think of this. I know I done went on a little rant. I apologize, family. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. So hey, we getting through the week, family. We just trying to make it. We just trying to survive. That's all. You know? And it just gets worse and worse and worse for Democrats. The left. You know? An absolute disgrace. But I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, you guys.